Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Further Beyond Gaming. My name is Cody GT, and in today's video I wanted to talk about pre-arms. All about pre-arms in today's video. The reason why I wanted to talk about it is because I feel like this may be able to help my beginner players who don't know what weapons to go ahead and pre-arm, what to prioritize, or what to invest in. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is not only for my beginner players to get a better understanding, but because we are receiving 2 pre-arms in version 4.2 with Might of Vanuatu and Godslayer Suitor, but we also have the prior knowledge beyond the global side of knowing that in version 4.3 we're getting 2 more pre-arms in the aspect of Sleeping Beauty and Key of Reason. So with these double pre-arms, it could be very resource heavy, and you may not have enough to invest into all of them. Obviously, I don't personally, and so it's very difficult to decide on which weapons to go ahead and pre-arm. Now keep in mind, this is going to be very subjective to your account, and it's going to be very subjective to what you want to have on your account, what you want to prioritize or what you want to invest in. So you have to keep that in mind. You have to really look at what you like and then go for it at that point. So with that being said, once again, this is going to be catered towards my beginners players, not necessarily my veterans. My veterans, you understand what you want to go for, you know how to go about it, and you know what you want to prioritize. But from my beginner players who are a little bit overwhelmed with pre-arms and don't know what to go ahead and invest in and know about the leaks, then this is more for you. And my veteran players, I implore you, go down in the comments below and really help out the beginner players with more information. And hopefully I'm concise for you guys, and hopefully I can relay the information properly. And if you do enjoy the video, go ahead and drop a like. I didn't mean to go there. And if you like what you see, you got something from it, go ahead, please consider subscribing and join the family today. Now, like I mentioned, in version 4.2 we receive 2 pre-arms in the aspect of Godslayer Suitor and Might of Vanuatu, and they're both fantastic pre-arms. They're both really good. Let me go ahead and go over here. And they will both benefit your account. With that being said, they're catered towards Vermilion Knight and Blood Rose Himiko. So right off the bat, what you have to now go ahead and decide, if I go here, no, two-handed here. Now what you have to go ahead and decide is whether Blood Rose Himiko and Vermilion Knight are Valkyries that you use often and want to invest in heavily. Because you have to keep in mind, when it comes to pre-arms, it's very resource heavy. It takes a lot of resources. It takes a lot of Honkai cores. It takes a lot of resources that are not easily available to go ahead and get. So when you're looking to pre-arm a weapon, you have to make sure it's a weapon that you truly want to pre-arm, that you're going to be using often, and that's really going to benefit your account. Now, like I mentioned, both the weapons that you pre-arm are going to be valuable. They are going to help out your account, and they are really good for their respective Valkyries, Vermilion Knight and Blood Rose Himiko. They're fantastic. But with that being said, we do have the prior knowledge of knowing Sleeping Beauty and Key of Reason are going to be in version 4.3. With that being said, and knowing that information, I think that the pre-arms for those 2 weapons for version 4.3, Sleeping Beauty and Key of Reason, for the Valkyries that they're going to be applicable to, are gonna be more valuable in a sense than these here. Now hear me out. What do I mean by that? I believe that Cyber Ranger Bronya and FTD, the augmentation for Rosa, are gonna be just more valuable Valkyries in general than Blood Rose Himiko and Vermilion Knight. Now with that being said, it really depends on what you want to invest in and who you enjoy using the most. Now Might of Vanuatu, the pre-arm for this one right here that we're looking at, is more just purely offensive base, just to do damage, and that's really about it. There's no real super supporting capabilities here. It's really just to do massive amount of damage, so keep that in mind. Now the Godslayer Suitor pre-arm, there are some supporting capabilities here, especially if you equip it onto Vermilion Knight. There's a lot of benefits that you can get here. So in my opinion, if you're going to go for either one in version 4.2, I think the Godslayer Suitor pre-arm is just going to be more beneficial long term for your account. I think it just offers a little bit more than just damage, if that makes sense. So if you're going to go for any, I think Godslayer Suitor, the pre-arm for this one, is going to be more beneficial. But I think if we're looking at resources purposes, and if you're asking me what I'm going to be doing, my recommendation, I'm going to be focusing on just hoarding materials to pre-arm both Sleeping Beauty and the Key of Reason for my Cyber Ranger Bronya and my augmentation for Rosa, just because I think it's going to be more beneficial and it's going to be more valuable in the long run for your account. Now keep in mind, that's albeit you have those 2 Valkyries on your account. I know some of you may not have Cyber Ranger Bronya, which is understandable. So if that's not the case for you, then of course, you know, focus on one of these. If you have either one of these Valkyries, you have to take a look at your account and see what you have. But if you, let's just say hypothetically you have all the Valkyries, I think focusing on Cyber Ranger Bronya and the augmentation for Rosa is going to be the way to go. Albeit these 2 weapons are really great. They're going to be very valuable. But I think that saving and hoarding for the other 2 to be able to pre-arm both of them is going to be more valuable in the long run. Now keep in mind, we do have a long ways to go before we get to version 4.3. So theoretically, you could go ahead and pre-arm the Godslayer Suitor and then still be able to hoard enough materials to pre-arm both when it comes to version 4.3. So that's something that you definitely can do, and something that I might even consider doing. It just really depends. I may just want to hoard all the materials, make sure I have it readily available and ready to go when version 4.3 drops. But once again, it's based on what you want to do for your account. Remember, it's very subjective. It's very opinion based. If you love your Vermilion Knight and your Blood Rose Himiko, then albeit you go for them and you go for these 2 pre-arms and you get them maxed out if you want to, and you're set. You know, that's your account. That's what you want to have. For me, I like my Cyber Ranger Bronya, and I really love the augmentation for Rosa, how she's looking. And I really want to just have the best available gear for both of them. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I think it's just going to be more valuable in the long run, like I mentioned. But you know, it's really dependent on what you want. You know, it's really dependent on what you want to go for. And that's the beauty of being on the global side. I said this in the video talking about ancient willpower and who you should invest in. Having that prior knowledge and knowing what's coming is really valuable in the aspect of, you know, what you should be investing in or what you want to invest in and what you should be spending your resources on. And, you know, if these 2 Valkyries right here are your waifus, they're the ones that you want to focus on the most, they're the ones that you invest in heavily, then, you know, obviously the pre-arms for them are going to be the way to go. But for me, I love my Cyber Ranger Bronya. I'm going to max out her Key of Reason, so I want to have the materials there. And then for Rosa, you know, FTD is looking absolutely amazing. I love her character design. I love her attacks. I love what she's bringing to the table, so I'm going to focus on her as well. You know, that's just me. So hopefully that helped, guys. Hopefully that is, you know, a little bit valuable to you. At the end of the day, when it comes to these videos, it's very just, like I mentioned, subjective based. It's just based off of what you want for your account or what you have on your account. You know, if you don't have either one of these Valkyries, then obviously it's not going to be really too beneficial, to be quite honest with you. But if you have all of them and you just prefer, you know, one over the other, then it's just based off of what you prefer, based off of what you like and what you want to have. So keep in mind, it's very opinion, it's very subjective. All I can do is just give you advice on what I'm going to be doing and what I think you should be investing in, and then at that point it's up to you to, you know, decipher that and then decide what you want to do at the end of the day. So hopefully that helped, guys. Hopefully that helped out the beginner players to understand better what they want to do. Maybe give them just a better idea of which way they're going to want to go and what's going to benefit their account. So hopefully that helps, guys. You know, when it comes to these videos, I feel like I'm always all over the place. But anyways, I'm going to get out of here. I rambled on long enough. Remember to stand out, be different, have fun, go further beyond in everything that you do. And until next time, my boys, until next time, it's your homie Cody GT, and I'm out. Bye, guys.